Linear inequalities. Right. Okay, so instead of solving for x, we're solving an inequality. So it's going to have a less than or greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to sign. Okay, so but you're still kind of solving it the same way. Right, so what we're going to do here, let's have a look. Well, what I would do here it is. Can you see this? Negative 2x. Let's add a 2x to both sides. Okay, right here. Let's add 2x to both sides. Okay, so if I add 2x to both sides, can you see? I'm going to get, let's look, let's do it here. Let's add 2x. Okay, add 2x to here. It's gone. Add 2x to here. I'll get 5x. Okay, so that's the second line. Looks like I'm going to add 5, won't I? I would then add a 5 to get rid of this 5 here. Let's just add a 5. So it's gone. If I add a 5 to this side, I'm going to get 11, aren't I? That's why I have this. Divide by the number next to the letter. Divide both sides by 5. You've got this. Okay, so x is less than 11 fifths because that's what this is. Okay. Now, if you put it on the number line, visually, kind of nice to see there. Okay. And then from that, you can actually see what the set notation and the interval notation is. So I like to do a little sketch and then say, okay, so x's are less than 11 fifths. So a set notation, basically, look, it's right there. Can you see that? We'll write it in the curly brackets. Okay, this says x is such that x is less than or equal, sorry, just less than 11 fifths. Okay, so in other words, that's how I write it in set notation. In interval notation, can you clearly see it goes from negative infinity as far as 11 fifths, and that's interval notation. Okay, so that's that one. Have a look at this next one. Right. Okay, here we go. Now for this one, I would take away 10x from both sides. Okay, so I take away 10x from both sides. Take away 10x. That's going to leave me with negative 17x. Negative 7x, negative 10x, and negative 17x. Okay, I would then take away this 13. It's a positive 13, so take away the 13. Take away the 13. You're going to get negative 17. So this is the line I'm looking at right here. Okay, there we go. So negative 17x on the left, negative 17 on the right. Now remember, when you divide by the number next to the letter, okay, which is negative 17, okay, if I divide both sides by negative 17, then of course negative 17 divided by negative 17 is positive 1. But look, do you remember this? This has to change direction. Okay, here we go. So dividing by the negative reverses the inequality sign. So remember, if it had been a less than, I'd have changed it to a greater than. If it was a greater than, I've changed it to a less than. Okay, so this is my final answer then. I'm going to look at that. X is less than or equal to positive 1. Remember, I changed the sign. So again, if I draw it, here it is. Okay, less than or equal to. Oh, by the way, remember, we use a bracket if it doesn't have, sorry, a parenthesis if it doesn't have the equal sign, a bracket if it does. Again, it just depends on which way it points. Okay, so just notation. So there it is. Now less than or equal to 1. There it is. There it is. And again with the solution set, that's how we write it. As interval notation, it's coming from negative infinity and it's going as far as positive 1 inclusive. Okay, so that's the interval notation. Okay, there we go.